try not to look the whole way over to me or the whole way over to him.
Gotcha.
Because then his camera will be bad shot and vice versa for us.
Gotcha. Thank y'all.
It's okay if you don't look at the person that's asking you the question.
Thank you.
I'm ready to review over. Yep.
All right. If you could start with your name and title real quick.
First name is Brian, B-R-Y-A-N. Last name is Sky Eagle, S-K-Y hyphen capital E-A-G-L-E. Deputy Chief, Shift Commander out here. This is a 211 fire. So, the firefighters got a report of heavy fire on the rooftop of this building. When they arrived, it was heavy smoke, a lot of fire. We believe that it started on the 3rd floor. Thankfully, this complex had a hydrant inside the complex, which helped out. We were able to get water supply established very quickly. However, when they did arrive, they get multiple reports of multiple people missing. We did realize a lot of elderly people live in these complexes. So the first report that came in was a missing 80-year-old. There was some confusion on an apartment number. We immediately activated our search teams to go find this person at the same time while we had other crews trying to fight the fire. We did not locate her in the beginning. I got a report here shortly that she was awakened. She was asleep in the burn building on the 2nd floor. She was awakened by a smoke alarm. So the message to the public, truthfully, is you got to use the smoke alarms. She was 80 years old. She didn't hear the chaos going on outside. When she awaked, she contacted a neighbor. They helped her outside, and thankfully, she self-evacuated with a friend on a different floor in a different apartment number than what we had. The second patient we ran into was smoke inhalation, and she is a 90-year-old that we transported to Southwest Herman. All we have with her right now is the apartment number was 1705. And then right now we have an elderly male who was evaluating at this moment with our medic units. So those are the extent of the injuries at this moment. We don't have any reports of anybody missing. What we're doing now is trying to establish what the damage is. By our estimate, we got between 20 and 30 units because this is a very complex structure or design layout. We've got 3 floors. It's built with many buildings bridging off of one building, so there's connecting. This fire posed a big challenge because of the connecting buildings and again, the roof. This is an older construction, so when it caught fire in one building, the wind pushed it to another building, which jumped to a 3rd building. So you're talking about 3 rooftops. We had multiple ladder trucks set up their water stream devices to try to stop it from connecting to the, or propagating to the other buildings. Thankfully, we were able to do that. We do got Red Cross out here. We got other citizens that are helping account for people, helping with blankets and get them cared for. So, in summary, heavy smoke, good water supply, functioning. I walked through the complex, and I'm glad to say this complex had a working fire alarm system. That means they had smoke alarms and lighting strobe lights all through the corridors, which probably alerted a lot of people to get out. The 3 people, the elderly woman, she self-evacuated after being awakened by her smoke alarm and was assisted by her neighbor. One we transported to Southwest Herman for smoke inhalation, and then the 3rd one we're self-evaluated right now. Any questions?
Was the first woman, did she have to go to the hospital at all or no?
No, she did not suffer smoke inhalation. We believe because she was on a lower floor, everything rises. We're sure there's water damage in there, but she's in the burn building, so there was a lot of chaos going on in there, but I'm glad the smoke alarm woke her up.
So only 2 injuries then, right?
2 injuries, 1 being evaluated, correct.
I mean, talk about how lucky. I mean, I would say more prepared than luck for this young lady here. She was sleeping. I mean, very much so in those situations. This is a very different story that we're talking about sometimes, right? I mean, if this wasn't for smoke alarms and being proactive, being smart, this could have been a very different story.
Absolutely, and this is a very dense complex, right? You got a lot of people living in a close proximity. So when we arrived, I go through and search the building, and thankfully, they had strobe lights and alarms going through the corridors. That echoes, it's all through the building, so that was a good save. This could have been a very different story without adequate and sufficient fire protection.
And we were talking a little bit earlier, was structural collapse part of the problem here? Was that an equation that you guys had to deal with?
Yes, sir. So the way this building is constructed poses a lot of challenges to the firefighters. We have multiple collapses, the roof and the floors below it. Sometimes it's fire related, sometimes it's the weight of the water that causes these floors to collapse. But we have to reroute. I'm happy to report too that there's no firefighter injuries, but they have to reset once these collapses happen. And in this complex, we had a series of both roof collapse because of the fire is running. We have a light wind tonight, and that was definitely pushing it to the north-northwest that we surmised. So we're trying to get ahead of it there, but these buildings are connected. We didn't see a lot of fire stops in the roof, and so that made it move faster than what we had liked. Multiple collapses, interior, and multiple roof collapses.
And Christmas, a few days away. I guess a fire alarm might not be a bad gift for somebody, but more so, I mean, as people gather, they cook, they do all that. Should this be a warning or an eye-opener for folks as they get together for the holidays next week to make sure that everything's working and good to go?
This is definitely a call to action. We can't be everywhere all the time. All of our training prepares us for things like this. But what really counts is the person, the resident, the homeowner themselves. They're the first response. So to the question, this is a call for action to check your smoke alarms, make sure they're working batteries. If you do not have one, the fire department does give out free smoke alarms. We put batteries in it, we will come out there and install it. Tonight proved invaluable. These smoke alarms worked in this lady's house, and the general smoke alarms through the complex was working tonight. That saves lives.
Final question for you, is the fire under control at this point?
The fire is under control, it is contained. We're working on hot spots right now. We do have our arson investigators trying to locate the cause and the origin. This thing took off so fast, it's going to be a while before we're able to determine any of that.
Thank you, sir. And your name one more time for me?
My name is Brian Sky Eagle, Deputy Chief.
Can you say the possible cause of the fire yet?
No, but we do know it was either on the third floor or the roof area when they arrived. But it's hard to determine when you first get on scene. That is the extent of it. It's got to be in that area, but it ran. That wind was pushing the fire. So we're going to call it on the third floor, possibly the roof area.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice to know, sir. All right. I'm nervous as all get out. Y'all got all this
You did great.
Thank you, Gage. All right. So just look in your direction.